The floral scent of the hotel lobby, lilies, I think, or maybe some exotic orchid, was the last thing I registered before I saw them. Her auburn hair, usually tied back in a practical knot for her nursing shifts, was loose, cascading down her back. She was laughing, a sound I hadn't heard directed at me in months. The man beside her, tall and slick with a politician's smile, held her hand. They were checking in, whispering, their faces flushed. It was like watching a movie, a particularly cruel one where I was the unwitting star. My stomach twisted. I hadn't eaten in days, the knot of suspicion tightening with each lie, each late night at the hospital. This was confirmation, a brutal, technicolor confirmation. I wanted to scream, to lash out, to tear their idyllic little bubble to shreds. But I didn't. I had a plan, a meticulously crafted plan, and anger, raw as it was, wouldn't serve me now. I'd seen them together before, fleeting glimpses, a hurried lunch, a shared laugh across a crowded street. Enough to plant the seed of doubt, to start the agonizing process of unraveling 15 years of marriage. I'd hired a private investigator, a gruff ex-cop named Frank, who'd provided the cold, hard facts, the rendezvous points, the hotel names, the whispered phone calls. He'd even uncovered the lover's identity, Carter, a pharmaceutical representative, all charm and empty promises. But I hadn't come here for a messy, public confrontation. I came for something else. I retreated to the shadows, watching them disappear into the elevator, their hands still intertwined. Then, I made my move. My first stop was the hotel's security office. A crisp $100 bill smoothed the way for access to the security feed. I needed to know their room number. Once acquired, I went to the front desk, pretending to be a distraught relative. My sister, she's in a bad place. I just need to talk to her. I know she's here with someone. Please, it's a family emergency. Another 100, and I had a key card. The next hour was a blur of controlled fury. I arranged the room meticulously. I placed her phone on the nightstand, open to Carter's contact, his picture smiling back at me. I scattered rose petals, the kind she used to love, on the bed. I placed a bottle of champagne on ice, 2 glasses beside it. Then, the piece de resistance, I set up my laptop on the dresser, angled towards the bed, and started a slideshow. The slideshow was a journey, a visual history of our marriage. Our wedding day, her radiant in white. The birth of our daughter, Lily, her tiny hand wrapped around my finger. Family vacations, birthdays, Christmas mornings. 15 years of memories, of love and laughter and shared dreams, all set to a melancholic piano piece. Finally, I left. I walked down the hallway, my heart pounding a war drum against my ribs, and took the service elevator down to the lobby. I waited. It wasn't long before they emerged from the elevator, their faces alight with anticipation. They walked hand in hand towards the front desk, pausing to admire a flower arrangement. That's when she saw her. Standing by the concierge desk, calm and composed, was Lily, our 10-year-old daughter. She held a single red rose, a mirror image of the ones scattered on the hotel bed. My wife's face crumpled. Her hand flew to her mouth, a strangled gasp escaping her lips. The color drained from her cheeks, leaving her a ghostly white. She swayed, her eyes wide with horror, before collapsing onto the polished marble floor. Carter, oblivious, stared down at her in confusion. Audrey, what's wrong? He looked around the lobby, his eyes finally landing on Lily. His face paled. He knew. He had to know. The lobby was silent, every eye on the unfolding drama. I walked towards them, my footsteps echoing in the sudden quiet. I knelt beside my wife, ignoring Carter's stammered questions. I looked into her eyes, the love I once felt replaced by a cold, hollow ache. Audrey, I said, my voice low and steady. I think Lily has something to ask you. Lily stepped forward, her small hand trembling as she held out the rose. Mommy, she whispered, her voice thick with tears. Why? That single word, spoken with such innocence and pain, shattered the illusion. My wife's carefully constructed world, her secret life, crumbled around her. Carter backed away, his face a mask of guilt and fear. He mumbled something about a misunderstanding, about needing to leave. He disappeared into the crowd, a coward fleeing the battlefield. My wife didn't move. She lay there, broken and exposed, the weight of her betrayal crushing her. I didn't feel satisfaction, not exactly. Just an overwhelming sadness, a profound sense of loss. I helped Lily pick up her mother and gently guided her towards the exit. The hotel staff, the other guests, parted like the Red Sea, their faces a mixture of pity and morbid fascination. As we stepped out into the cool night air, I knew our lives would never be the same. The marriage was over, the trust irrevocably broken. But in the wreckage, a new beginning was possible, a chance to rebuild, to heal, and to protect the innocent heart of our daughter. The road ahead would be long and difficult, but we would walk it together, Lily and I, hand in hand, leaving the ghosts of the past behind us.